Our first tip that we're going to share with you today is the theme builder. The theme builder is an absolutely magnificent tool which allows you to customize the look and feel of your particular slide deck so that we can maintain consistency, we can stay on brand, we can create things like templates that our students can use without causing any major problems. So to access our theme builder, we just come up here to our menu bar and we're going to click on view. Then we're going to scroll down here to theme builder. We're going to click on that and it's going to take us to this dark gray interface. So just over here on the left-hand side, you can currently see all the different layouts that are available for me to use in this sample presentation. So if you come up here to your slide deck and you click on the little arrow to pop in a new slide, that's where you will find all of these different layouts that have been created in the theme builder. So I'm just going to head back to our theme builder so you can see those just here on the left-hand side of our screen. Over here is our editing section. This is where we can start to edit these particular slides. Now, you can do a lot to the theme builder, but just remember that anything that you do in here is reflected in the actual slides when you use them. We can also move through and we can delete these if we don't want them. So if we decide that these particular layouts are ones that we don't want, we can jump in here. I've just right-clicked and then I'm just moving through and deleting those. So they are our layouts. That is where we create the look and feel of the slides that we might be able to use in our slide deck. Here you might be able to create some templates for your students to work through. So you might be able to create some various themes, some various layouts, some various templates that your students can work on in the classroom. I'm just going to head back up here to this very top slide here called theme. Now, this is really important because this is going to be essential when it comes to reflecting a lot in your slides. And if you get this right straight away, it's going to make your life so much easier. So you can see that this particular example here has a blue box around it, and it has also highlighted all of the other themes that we have in this particular slide deck. So if you have edited this, yours might be different, but these are all of those default layouts that come with a slide deck. So this means that anything that we do to this particular slide here is going to be reflected in all of these other slides and layouts that have been created. So what we can do here is perhaps we don't want Arial to be our default font in our slide decks. Now, for myself, I do have a slide deck that I use with my classes, and I have gone into the theme builder and I have selected the particular font that I want to be used in every single slide. And that is actually the Google Dyslexia font known as Lexend. So right now, if I click this just here, you will see any headers that have been included on any of these other slides here will now be Lexend. So you can see that as I move through some of these other slide layouts, we can see that the header is now Lexend. So I don't need to go through and manually change that for every single one of those slide layouts. That will now be reflected in every single layout that is included in this particular slide deck that has a header. If I want to go and adjust the rest of my text options, all right, we can see that we've got the different levels here. My suggestion is just to highlight these, and sometimes it's a little bit funny highlighting them. So just highlight those and then change it to your preferred font again. So now if we go to one of these other slide layouts and I click on any of these text boxes, you can see that these are all Lexend. Now, if I come back up here to the main theme layout, let's say I want my header font to be bold. If I click bold just here, all right, you can see that that has now been reflected on those other layouts. We can do the same thing. We can italicize it. We can change the color. So maybe we change it to this kind of greeny color here. You can see that that has now been represented in all of those slides that have a header element. So the theme builder is really handy, all right? We can also come in here. We could change the background color. So maybe we would like a nice blue because we have a student who needs blue to be able to access their content. Obviously, we would not have a green header. We'd probably change our font to maybe a white or a black so that it's accessible, but it is really simple here. In addition to this, we could also pop in an image. So maybe we want to pop in a logo, maybe it's a school logo. So I'm just going to select an image from one of our other sessions to pop in here. So I can pop that in there. I can change the size of that, and then that will now appear in that particular location in every other one of my layouts. So the theme builder, it's where you can customize and create a layout that fits your brand or your purpose. You can make as many different types of layouts as you like that can be accessible for your students. They might be templates, worksheets, they might be particular types of social media images. You can decide how you're going to do this. But the theme builder, it's an amazing tool where you can customize your Google slide deck for your particular purpose. So jump in and have a look at the theme builder and see what you can do with this wonderful tool today. That is our first tip, looking at how you can become an absolute master of Google Slides.